Hello and welcome to LFC Transfer Room. Today we're going to do I'm back on the Watchalong, so it's going to be Leipzig against Liverpool. It's going to be another chance for the haters to get some more Nunez content and put that together, because we know how much everyone likes to sort of put together a Nunez miss on the internet at the moment. It seems to be people's favourite hobby. A guy that's played 60 minutes of football and everyone expects to be absolutely spectacular. It's absolutely crazy. But we're going to be doing a watch along today. Please, if you're new here, if you can leave a like and a subscribe on the video, always helps us out, and we appreciate sort of any support that you can give to the channel. Now, what I find really interesting is obviously there's a lot of hate about Nunez at the moment. There's a lot of things going on. I mean, Drew's there. He's saying he opens his account today. He's a confident man on that one. But I think what we haven't seen any Nunez content, you know, like LFC Inside, LFC Training and everything that goes with that. Normally, we see a load of training montages of him banging him in training and everything like that. And there hasn't been anything, has there? They haven't put any Nunez content on anywhere. So part of me thinks that what they're actually going to be doing is they're working on something in the background. They're working on something with Nunez to sort of, I don't know, I'm expecting something to come from him, and I don't know what I expect to come from him, but I'm expecting big things. I'm just testing a few things, as you should. Oh. For the game. But yeah, I mean, what do you expect today? What are you expecting to see? Who are you looking forward to seeing? For me, I'm a bit excited about Nkunku. I think with a £51 million release clause, he could very easily be the next big Liverpool signing that we're going to make. I'm expecting Liverpool to have strong interest in him. But what about you guys? Who are you excited to see? Who are you excited to watch today? Please put it in the chat. Hi, Jen. Hope you're doing well. It's been a bit better weather-wise, so I'm feeling a bit better today. Drew, Jen, you know, please get involved in the chat. We're here to sort of talk about Liverpool things and also talk about the game as it's going along. Drew, the most positive Liverpool fan in history, is there. Nunez opens his account today. Whereas Eamon, you're expecting a tough game, but hopefully goals. I'm looking at this RB Leipzig team to put on the screen at the moment. Angelino playing left wing, which is a bit interesting, but Salah, big, powerful striker, didn't really do it. Olmo, massive fan of. Galachi, obviously the next Liverpool keeper in net. Krampel, Slam, can't say his name. And Nkunku, Henriks, Halstenberg. So there's definitely an interesting lineup. You know, they've gone pretty full strength. I don't know if the German league starts slightly before us, but it's definitely an interesting lineup from them, isn't it? I haven't seen the Liverpool lineup yet. I'm waiting for them to sort of put it out there. I'm hoping we've gone quite strong. Welcome all to the best channel. Jen, as always, thank you very much. It's definitely appreciated. All the support that you give the channel. You must bankrupt yourself supporting us on a daily basis. And we appreciate you being there. Klopp should experiment with Trent Alexander-Arnold in midfield. Now, I'm just going to leave this one up there and let people have their say. You know, do you think Trent should be experimented in midfield? For me, I think he actually already plays there. I think when you look at how they're playing with Salah and him now, he comes in sort of that right central midfielder type role. I think he attacks like a central midfielder. So I'm not necessarily sure that we need Trent to be a right central midfielder, because I think he comes from a right back place into right central midfield. But, you know, what do you guys think? You know, we're 10 minutes to go to kick off. Always keen to see what people think and stuff like that. So Diaz to show his freakish ability. Keeps really on for that one. Full team is on. Drew, Adrian, Trent, Canate, Virgil van Dijk, Robbo, Fab, Thiago, Keita. Oof, this is strong apart from Adrian. Front three, I'm assuming Diaz, Nunez and Firmino. So Nunez is getting the second half, another 30 minutes probably. Like I said, I find it odd that we've not seen any Nunez training montages. Not seen anything sort of with him, working hard on the training ground and stuff like that, which is very un-Liverpool-like. There's a lot of hate coming from opposition and supporters and things like that at the moment, and that's all very well and good, but why aren't we seeing anything going? No, I think Klopp's doing something to Nunez. I think we were talking about it on our WhatsApp chat today for the channel. I think he's doing a Andy Robertson. I think he's doing a Fabinho. I think he's got him locked away in a room, making him train his ass off. So I think Nunez is probably blowing out of his backside until season kicks off, and then suddenly release the beast. And banging a load. Is Alisson still injured? It seems to be. I mean, this is the thing. It's a pre-season. They probably don't want to risk him too much, do they? But I would like to have seen Alisson in net. Because I definitely think he's due a game. See, Jen, almost as positive as Drew. You don't feel like he needs to prove himself. He's ready to smash it. I think he is. I think he's getting rebuilt. I think there was a really good piece that one of the team put on the chat about the angles the team are trying to create for Nunez at the moment. Like they're all spreading out a little bit more to give him running lanes, to give him access to things, which I think is a really interesting viewpoint, because Nunez was doing quite a lot of sitting on the last defender in the last game. And that's not really how Liverpool play. And most teams against Liverpool play a low block. So I find it interesting that, he was trying to sit on the edge of the last defender, because I don't think that's necessarily going to work for us on quite a regular basis. But if they're trying to create that space, then you never know, do you? You never know. It might be sort of a type of thing that works. RB Leipzig Stadium looks packed to the rafters. Liverpool are in town. I think our relationship with Red Bull is just getting stronger and stronger, isn't it? I don't expect us to be RB Liverpool anytime soon, but we do seem to have a great relationship with Red Bull and their two teams. This is why, for me, this is an Nkunku scouting mission. I think 51 million release clause, that is a very Liverpool attainable release clause, that. And he's a really exciting attacker, isn't he? I quite like how he runs at people with the ball. It's very like Diaz. But do we need someone? Maybe he's a long-term Firmino replacement. Maybe this is Firmino's last season. But we'll see. It's going to take some time to adapt. Yeah, we've seen Klopp do it before, haven't we, Eamon? We've seen... sorry, everyone. This is Eamon. We've seen Klopp take Liverpool players out of the lineup, out of the firing line, just not play them. Everyone thought Fab was, a big flop because he didn't play, and then suddenly Fab comes on and is this absolute monster. Not everyone is Luis Diaz. Not everyone's just going to burst onto the scene and absolutely explode. So I think you're right, Eamon. I think he needs time to adapt. I think he's going to be rebuilt. We're going to rebuild him, that type of mentality. And I think one day he's just going to come on and just absolutely obliterate a team. And everyone's going to be like, oh, wow. How have Liverpool done this? So, okay, so it looks like they play three at the back and Angelino's a right wing back and he's not right wing. So Liverpool got that wrong to start with on their website. Soloff, he was the one at Crystal Palace, wasn't he? He was absolutely useless. Or am I mixing him up with somebody else? Just basically a Lukaku level touch with no pace. Oh, it's good to see that Galachi's the captain for RB Leipzig today. Another Liverpool protege coming and making it on the big stage. There's always something in me that I quite like to see, like an ex-Liverpool youth team player sort of make it big on the world stage and just sort of make a name for themselves almost. So I quite like seeing Galachi like that. Okay, so we're looking Adrian, goalkeeper, Robertson, Van Dijk, Kanate, Alexander-Arnold. That is our strongest back four, in my opinion. Keita, Thiago, Fabinho as three central midfielders. Many would argue that's our strongest midfield. And then Firmino, Salah and Diaz. Now, in the Liverpool... Interestingly, on the way Liverpool have put that on the screen, they've put Firmino on the left, Salah in the central, and Diaz on the right. And now Liverpool submitted their own, Liverpool TV are putting in their own lineup. So it'll be interesting to see how they line up and see if actually Salah does play in the middle, Diaz does play on the right, and Firmino plays on the left. Because for me, it would just make sense. Firmino central, Diaz left, Salah right. So I find it really odd that that was what Liverpool TV put up as the structure and formation. So yeah, it's an interesting one there. They're just commemorating someone. I don't have my earphones in at the moment to hear it. But as Jen says, before we kick off, don't forget to like and subscribe to the video. Your help, your support means a lot. All money goes back into the channel. This is a 100% fan-run channel. We do it because, one, we love Liverpool, and two, we like interacting with the fan base because we are the best fans in the world with the best manager in the world. So please, a like and a subscribe. Easy for you to do. Just press a little button. For us, it means the world. We are about 200 away from 6K. We're making massive strides. We've been really accelerating, and it's down to your support. So please, 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 if you can, a like and a subscribe, and even a sarcastic comment whilst we're watching this game. Get involved in the chat. Absolutely brilliant when there's banter flying around. I'm not going to do a Louis. I'm not going to lose my temper if you ruin a goal for me and I miss it. Promise, Jen. But I think we're all watching it at the same time today. So, Red Bull Liverpool. Do you think it could ever happen? I don't think it could ever happen. But, I mean, Red Bull really do have an interest in us as a club, don't they? So I'm just thinking, Red Bull Liverpool. It doesn't sound too bad, actually. RB Liverpool. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm just putting it out there, especially with Standard Chartered being signed up for another till 2027. So I doubt it to happen. Are we going to do another quiz at 7.5? Yeah. I don't know if I'll invite you, Drew, but yeah, no, you've got to be there, Drew. We're off. It's straight away. Firmino is in the central role. It's definitely a prompter issue. It's definitely something that they've done wrong. Because he just latched onto the right centre back like he was a leech, and now it's just gang pressing all over the place. Trent roaming through central midfield, pinging a few passes around. Liverpool have already started to pin them back in the first couple of things. Robbo attacking. He puts in a cheeky low cross. Firmino tries to zigzag with the defender to try and get him out of the way, but Galachi gets there and gets the ball. And RB Leipzig play out from the back, a sweet little rollout. If Liverpool are going to practice this game pressing, it's going to be against this type of defence that just roll the ball out. Good question. Who am I looking forward to seeing today? I've said this on a few streams recently. I think Trent is due. I think he's got a point to prove. I think he's going to do something really special this year. Because I think he is sick of the debate and I think he wants to end it once and for all before the World Cup. So for me, I'm excited to see Trent put authority on another game. From a newbie perspective, I'm between Carvalho and Nunez. Carvalho seems to be playing with freedom at the moment. He seems to be enjoying it. I've enjoyed watching him play. I think Nunez feels a bit of pressure because other fans are really trying to put pressure on him. So I expect Klopp to just take him out the firing line, whereas Carvalho's just got the freedom to enjoy it. So if I was to pick two, I would probably say I'm looking forward to watching Trent, definitely, because I think he's attacking that right central midfielder role so aggressively. I'm looking forward to see Carvalho, and I'm hoping that Elliott's calmed down a bit, because Elliott for me is going about 1,000 miles an hour at the moment. He just needs to calm down and take a bit of a breath and take a bit of a pause. In terms of the game, for anyone that's not got it on, just a little bit of ping pong back and forth at the moment in central midfield. No one's really progressing into the final third of either, so it's just kind of a bit messy at the moment. I think teams are trying to work each other out. Someone needs to get the foot on the ball and just sort of calm the game down a little bit. It's just a bit manic at this moment in time. Soloff tries to bully Kanate with his power. Kanate brushes him off as if he was nothing, which is always good to see. Nkunku, he's good at pressing Nkunku. First scout report, good couple of sprints. Let's see if he carries that on. Salah, around the left back, feeds it through. It was just behind Firmino. But it's nice to see Salah using his power again. I think that's something that he lacked in the latter part of last season. I think he just didn't back into players and use his strength as much as he used to do. So I think the fact of seeing it in pre-season is positive. Is Ox to West Ham transfer legit? I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen anything from any of the guys that I would say I feel like it's a definite. I would say he is available at the right price if someone wants to pay it, from what I've heard. But I don't see any legit rumours. I think they're still trying to get their mitts on Dancing Boy Jesse, who, if we think the Ox is useless, at least the Ox turns up, gives 100% in training, makes good content, whereas Lingard just, he's still in LA just dancing around like an absolute idiot. Nearly used a different word then. But he is, isn't he? He's not doing anything, Jesse Lingard. He's just making TikToks and trying to become famous influencer when he could be earning 100 grand a week if he'd be at West Ham. And if you were a professional, if Jesse Lingard was a true professional, he would have taken an offer, he would have done a full pre-season, he would have absolutely worked his ass off to integrate himself into a new club and give himself a final strong push of his career. Turning 30, these are my best 3 years left. I'm going to give everything. But no, what he thought is I'll have an extended holiday and I'll dance a bit on TikTok and hopefully make a bit of cash. What an absolute bell, in my opinion. Liverpool now starting to push into the attacking third. Diaz, Salah, Firmino, link-up play. Firmino just put it too far in front of Salah, which gave the left-back more of an opportunity than Salah, but there was a tasty bit of link-up. It was Salah to Diaz, Diaz to Firmino. Firmino tried to flick it back to Salah. There could be something in this, There could be something in this little bit of interconnection between those three. A little bit of telepathy was there. I quite liked it. 5 minutes in, nothing of significance so far. Nothing that you would go, this is exciting or anything like that. It's more midfield ping pong with Liverpool have probably broken towards the box 2 or 3 times. Leipzig not once, because Salah tried to bully Canate and got brushed aside like a piece of dirt, just like whatever. RB Leipzig sticking to this playing out from the back really is difficult because they're just losing the ball straight away. And now Liverpool get the ball back, I think there's also been a lot of people, haven't there? I don't know how you guys feel about Liverpool's transfer business. Obviously, there's Nunez, we've lost Mane. I do think we've taken a step back, but I think we've taken a step back to take 2 steps forward, which is better in the long term. But I don't know how you feel about our pre-season so far. Everyone's going, Spurs are going to be great because, they've signed all these players. Man City have signed Haaland and these reserves. Chelsea, I do think have improved. But I don't know. How do you guys feel about Liverpool's business so far? I'm thinking another year of Canate, Van Dijk with a full pre-season, Nunez with nearly a great through ball to Nunez. He just gets bullied by the right back. He was nearly through one-on-one. It was nearly a lovely bit of play then from, I think it was Keita that put the ball through to him. Liverpool starting to play a little bit now. Salah through. I think he's offside. Oh, no, it's in. It's in. I swore it was offside. But no, a little bit of a ping pong. And Salah puts Liverpool 1 up. Goalkeeper didn't even move. He just passed it into the bottom left-hand corner. So they're just replaying it now. Goalkeeper tries to play it out. Van Dijk wins the header. Straight to Thiago. Flicks it over. Their centre-back messes up the clearance. Salah comes in. Quick press. Goes to Firmino. Little flick back to Salah. Salah bottom corner. Perfect example of what Bobby Firmino does. Salah presses. Bobby Firmino just gets in the right position. Wins the ball back. Just little pass to Salah. Salah, bottom corner. Bang. No problem. the perfect little pass. This is what Firmino does. This is why I think people don't really value him. Oh, he doesn't score goals. He doesn't do this. He just links the play up like nobody else in world football. Liverpool now back on the attack. Diaz tries to, make Thiago run. That didn't work. So Thiago tried to bully him over. That didn't work. Free kick. But yeah, Firmino looked better. I think Firmino had a really tough last season. So, I think he's going to do well this year. Salah looks to be on it. He looks to be using his strength. Diaz looks to be playing a little more tactical. And I think he's learning the tactics as opposed to just being a free bird to just sprint as he likes. But Liverpool, we are counter-pressing Leipzig in now. And that's not good news for Leipzig, to be honest, if we start getting pressing them. Salah in central midfield. Trent coming through middle of the park at the centre. But the defender gets there first. Oh, counter-attack. Straight through to Nkunku. But he's got to turn back. Now he's one-on-one with Konate. 2-on-1 against Van Dijk. And Van Dijk gets back. Bit of ping-pong in the box. Free kick to Liverpool. But yeah, so how are you feeling about our chances, with the signings that we made? I think we're stronger. I think a full pre-season of Van Dijk, a full pre-season of Diaz improves the team. But, people will tell you new signings are everything in this world. And the truth of the matter is they're not. New signings always take you a step back to take you 2 steps forward. There was a great graphic I saw, the top 10 Premier League records. I think only 2 have been successful. He would deem as a successful transfer. Which one was Van Dijk, and I can't remember who the other one was. We still need a midfielder. We need to replace Lord Origi. Yeah. Long shot. It's worth a long shot when you got Adrian in goal. Almost shoots from about 40 yards out. Yeah, just flops right in front of the keeper. Has no pace on it, but it's Adrian, so you just never know. Oh, long ball. Raking to Salah. Salah comes through. Perfect touch. Tries to meg the keeper. The keeper didn't fall for it. Tried a right foot strike. Oh, brilliant run and cross there. I think that was a Van Dijk classic. Oh, they're re-showing the almost 40-yard thing. Ooh. And then they didn't show the pass, but Salah just headed it back in. Just went a little bit too far on the 6-yard box, so he couldn't find the far corner. But it was very, very good play. Liverpool are actually attacking very well. What we're doing is we're pinning them in with the counter press. We're creating opportunities, and when they do try to attack us, we counter attack back at them so hard that they're just struggling a little bit. So it's really quite good to see. Klopp and Hendo having a bit of a laugh on the bench, going, blah, blah, blah. Everton got beat 4-0. That's always a good for a laugh, isn't it? Against a team that Minnesota FC, never heard of them before. I'm assuming that I assume they're in the American Football League divisions and stuff like that, but I'd never heard of them. I don't know if any of you have seen, and if you've not, please look it up. There's a Dele Alli miss, which is quite spectacular. I think you'd quite enjoy it. Liverpool coming through again. Nah, it's going to go out of play. So, yeah, has any of you seen the Dele Alli miss from the 4-0 loss to the mighty Minnesota? Let me know in chat. Because that Dele Alli miss was just something special. They're trying to get things going, Leipzig. They're on the attack now, but it just gets shut down. Do you think I was there? Oh, you were there. You were in America, Oliver. Don't knock the MLS. Are Minnesota in the MLS? I'd never even heard of them. And Drew, if the MLS was that good, you wouldn't be supporting Liverpool. Just saying. Do I think set pieces would be a strong focus of our offence with the likes of Matty, Van Dijk and Konate? Definitely. I think Konate surprised himself. Cross comes in, beat Konate, beaten in the air, Van Dijk clears. But yeah, because I think Konate only ever scored 3 goals in his entire career. And then he scored 3 last season. Sorry, I paused then because Diaz just absolutely pressed their right back, like full pace. I think he won the ball cleanly, to be fair, but because their player went down like a sack of spuds, ref gives a free kick. But I think it was actually a really good press. Diaz was gutted. Naby Keita, what a performance. Some good pressing going on. Well, we're not seeing Keita, and that means he's doing a good job, I think. Oh. Angelino tries to nutmeg Trent. Trent doesn't have any of it. Free kick. Leipzig. Free kick. Throw in. Liverpool have extended the contract with their throwing coach, because that's part of our technical brilliance. So there we go. Head it back to Adrian. Oof, I'm always nervous when Adrian touches the ball. In the match, Klopp will play 4-2-3-1 diamond formation with Diaz, Nunez, and Salah up top. Well, he's gone with the traditional 4-3-3 at the moment. I think he's gone with the tried and tested. And if you'd say this is our strongest lineup, obviously minus Adrian, but every Make-A-Wish kid gets their day. Then it's not a 4-2-3-1 because you think he'd be practicing that formation. But I do think we're going to play it more. I do think it's set up for Nunez. Leipzig on the attack and Nkunku. Oh, he's good on the ball, Good hold-up play. Good sort of with both feet, just keeping the ball in play. I think he's looking more and more like a Liverpool player to me. With a £51 million release clause after he just signed his contract. Jen, surely the signing of the century was Alisson Becker. I mean, I look back at the history of our goalkeepers and I try to think of one that is anywhere near Alisson Becker's level. Ray Clemence is the obvious one, but who else after that? He is unreal, and we've never. I think it's always been a weakness at Liverpool. We've liked erratic, crazy goalkeepers because it gets the fans going, but we haven't just had a flat-out world-class goalkeeper since then, in my opinion. Drew saying Nkunku's been really intelligent in possession. You see, I didn't think Pepe Reina was that great a shot stopper, Jen. I know Pepe Reina's everyone likes him, but he wasn't that. He was great at rotating the ball and getting it out quick and throwing the ball out and creating a really fast counter-attack. But he wasn't. He was good, but he wasn't Alisson Becker good. And this is the thing, he always had his limitations, Pepe Reina, for me, because I just don't think he was as big as other goalkeepers. I don't think he was able to fly around the net as much. Casillas was still Spain's number 1 choice, wasn't he? For that, Pepe Reina was always the number 2. But I mean, because you've got to remember, was Reina ever the top 1 in world football? No, he wasn't even the top 1 in Spain. This is how long Liverpool have been without the absolute creme de la creme of goalkeepers. Pepe Reina was never even in the top 5 discussion. So, no, this is the thing. I don't think Liverpool have had one since back at Clement's time. On my phone by the pool. Oh, Helio. It's good to have a holiday, isn't it? You're right, Owen. Coming in on your own channel. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Rayner's miles better than Adrian. And Rayner, I think, Bruce Grobbelaar, that sort of level. Oh, is Diaz through one-on-one? Galachi comes out, heads it clear. Diaz got in a bit of a fighting match there. Anthony, I'm better than Adrian. Yes, I think you are. And I've never even seen you in goal, but yeah, I'd go with it. But, I mean, the game's gone a bit quiet for the moment. I think Leipzig are trying to make roads and they're doing the thing where it just ping it around the back. But what Liverpool are doing really well is they're pressing quite well. And they're just making it really difficult for Leipzig to get any real momentum going. But what we're not doing is we're not dominating the ball that much. It seems like we're attacking in sort of counter-press, counter-attacks. So... well, there we go. I want answers to this in chat. The finals coming up next week, and you have one goalkeeper for the occasion. Who are you putting in net? Karius or Adrian? Anthony, you're not an option. You can't go in net. Anthony's already gone straight in with Karius. You thinking the bodybuilder that he is now just blocks out the net? He's like, ugh. Leipzig just about getting into the box. Salah with the ball. Absolute useless footballer. Just pings it against the defender out for a free kick. Adam goes, I'm going with Adrian all day. Do you remember the UCL and Super Cup? Oh, I do. Owen goes with Adrian, football heritage. This is the thing. It's hard not to say Adrian just because Karius threw the ball to Benzema. Cross comes in. Kanate wins the first header. Kanate wins the second header. RB Leipzig something offside. Bosh, done. We start again. I tell you what, that guy is strong, isn't he? Ibrahima Kanate. He is a monster. And not good enough for France. Get out. Karius has gone, so there. That he has. Adrian looks calmer until a cross comes in, and then he panics. He flaps at crosses, I think, Adrian. And I also don't think he's that good a shot stopper. Interestingly, the young kid that played in the second half of our last pre-season friendly, who I'm hoping comes on in this one, I thought he had an absolute cracking second half. Nkunku with the ball, once again taking on Kanate. Nkunku is making sure that he stays near Kanate. He doesn't want to go anywhere near Big Verge. Rightly so. And is he? Is he? I mean, as a third choice goal, if he was underrated, he wouldn't be a third choice goalkeeper. Just saying. He's a bad shot stopper, in my opinion. But just a nice guy. I believe Kelleher was injured and stayed at Melwood. But it's interesting that he's also not come to this one because I don't think it was meant to be that big an injury. So, Jen, you ask a really good point. Salah through one-on-one, edge of the box. Trying to bring it in on his left foot. Oh, tried to cross it to Firmino. Their centre-back manages to get his left peg on it. But where is Kelleher? Has anyone seen him? He's disappeared into the abyss. He's injured. All right, everyone's just saying he's injured. He's not going disappearing. Do we ever win it anyway, Anthony? We never win it. We never win it. Yeah, but I thought that Kelleher's injury wasn't meant to be that bad. I thought it was just meant to be a little niggle more than a big injury. And here you go in the classic form. Keita's been like a ghost in this game because if he isn't snapping someone in half, or if he isn't sort of doing something wrong, I think he's been fine, to be honest. I don't think he's been spectacular, but I think the whole midfield in this entire game, it's just been back and forth, hasn't it? I think all midfields have been bypassed so far, to be honest with you, Adam. It's a real shame because there's just very little build-up play that's happening. I think you could say, where's Thiago been? Where's Fabinho been? You know, where's Olmo been for RB Leipzig? The midfield just seems to be getting bypassed in these really bitty plays. We just need to see a bit of calmness. One of the teams to just get the foot on the ball and play. Oh, Diaz intercepts the pass in the middle to Firmino. Firmino to Keita. Here we go. Big moment. Passes it to Diaz. Diaz runs away. Salah in the box now. Liverpool just slowing up the build-up play, pinging it around. Thought that was going to be Keita's moment then. Thiago back, and Liverpool have played it all the way back, and Nkunku nearly pressed that out of Van Dijk then. He was millimetres away. Salah crowded out. We start all over again. Owen just saying NFT just isn't it? And by that he means Naby, Fabinho and Thiago. Sadly, Kelleher won't be back next season. Don't blame him for wanting action. There we go, Silver Hornet thinking that it's gonna be done well. And Anthony in classic fashion, Diaz robbing it off Keita in the key moment. Yep. Why don't you just slam it in from 45 yards, Anthony? That's what I don't get. Like I say, putting across edge of the box, Angelino tries to do a lob shot. It's against Adrian, so it's always got a chance. But he misses the target. There's a good little bit of play on the right-hand side there from Leipzig, getting in all the way back to the left back, though, on the edge of the box, and the shot cross chip thing just didn't work. Yeah. Yeah, Jota injured playing for Portugal was a real shame. I remember when Gerrard got injured playing for England, and we got 250k compensation for it or something ridiculous because they weren't meant to play him and they did. Well, I don't know why City got rid of Angelino, to be honest with you, either, Drew. I think he's quite a good player. Diaz is looking to make something happen. He cross balls it to Trent. Trent slows it down again. I don't know. There we go. Keita with a perfect pass there. Did you see that, Anthony? Just rolled it along the halfway line straight to Fabinho. What a player. So Liverpool they're starting to put a few passes together now, starting to play a few nice little connections. Things are starting to come along quite nicely. Pinging it around the back. Everyone's getting a good touch of the ball. Things are starting to move around quite nicely. Konate trying to do his best Joel Matip impression, loses the ball. And Leipzig then try to play it out and Diaz was close to pressing him down then. Diaz is all over the defenders. He's running, he's pressing like anything. It was, for anyone that missed it, I mean, let me explain. Naby Keita with the ball, stops the ball with his right foot. Surveys the pitch like a hawk trying to identify the perfect pass, and then just caresses the ball 5 yards along the halfway line to Fabinho so that he can actually do something with it. Oh, what a pass, Anthony. What a pass. Adam, I'm in full agreement on this. Liverpool, when they won the league, went through whole of pre-season pretty much losing every single game all the way along. I think what we're doing, with watch-alongs like this is we're trying to see signs of where people are at, what they're doing, the connections that they've got, how his teams work together. Like this Diaz, Fabinho and Salah partnership, it looks to be really good. There looks to be some really good connections between them. And it's not just, we're not looking for 5-0 or anything like that. Yes, you want your forwards to score goals. Goals breeds confidence. Confidence breeds confidence going into the season, etc., etc., etc. But yeah, we're not expecting 5, 6, 7, 8-0. However, if my 4 defenders were Trent, Robbo, Van Dijk and Konate, I am not expecting us to concede a goal. Just facts. It would be, yeah, I just don't expect them to concede. Liverpool got a corner here. The play it short. I hate it when we do that. Comes out to Thiago, back to Robbo, who's going to try and go down the line. Why didn't you just cross it? To Trent. We're all the way pretty much back at the halfway line when we could have just crossed the ball. Oh, Naby Keita gets... I think that was a tackle from behind. Anthony's going to have something to say about that. Trent in a foot race against Nkunku. Who gets there first? Trent gets there first. And instead of knocking it out of play, passes it all the way back to Adrian, which I think was the more dangerous option of the two. Because Adrian is terrible. If we're comparing Jota/Diaz to Sadio, to me, an underrated difference is that Sadio will go 90 minutes at the same work rate. I mean, we don't know with Diaz. We'll see this season what we Silver Hornet. I think, Diaz has had his first pre-season with us. I mean, he may be able to go full pelt all 90 minutes. He looks like he's up for that type of performance. But you're comparing one of the great, one of the best footballers in the world to one of the, I would say, Diaz, one of the best up-and-coming footballers in the world. Jota, for me, is a different type of player. Salah, edge of box. Again, we're not. It's not all that telepathy at the edge of the box in there. RB Leipzig get it past. He tries to force the pass through, just didn't work. But yeah, I think for me, Jota's a poacher. He's not a Mane type player where he's going to be in the game. He's going to be running the ball out. He's going to be doing this, that, and the other and stuff like that. I see Jota as sort of the player who you go, oh, Jota's been terrible today, and then just bang, scores. That type of a player. I think he needs to improve his link-up play. I think that there's some improvements that could be made with that. But yeah, the number of goals that he scored, the number of important goals that he scored as well, I think there's a lot of value in a player like that. A lot of value in a player that puts the ball in the back of the net. Well, you think he was third because obviously it was split between Son, but I think he was third in the Premier League. True. So, yeah. And yeah, I agree. It's because poachers are that nature, aren't they? We don't celebrate poachers the same way that we used to. Poachers used to be Gary Lineker. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. All he's got to do is just turn up and score a goal. Whereas now you've got to work, you've got to press, you've got to interlink in play. We're looking for a 9.5 type player who gets involved in all the play. And Jota's not that type of player. He's the type of player that just appears and scores. Thiago with we're just losing it in midfield. It's just frustrating. Naby Keita driving towards the edge of the box. Anthony getting all excited, passes it out to Salah, back to Naby Keita. Naby Keita back to Salah. Salah to Trent. Will he give it back to Naby Keita? No, he goes forward to Fabinho. Fabinho to Naby Keita. Oh, Naby Keita misses the ball. Bad pass from Fabinho. Trying to build up the Keita expectations. How am I doing, Anthony? We should sign Harry Maguire. No. Ooh, they brought on Andre Silva instead of Soloff, which is sensible because he is useless. Soloff is not a good footballer. I think we should sign Harry Maguire and just give him to Everton. Because why not? I think also, you know, all these links of Harry Maguire to Barcelona, that is 100% the Man United high train running, saying, oh, yeah, Barcelona are interested to try and make people believe that he's a good footballer again. He's not. He is rubbish. It's a massive head with its own orbitational pull that makes him turn around at about 2 miles an hour and sprint at about 3. What a terrible footballer. And they paid 8 million for him. I don't make mods, Adam. That's not my job. I just talk. You want to be on mod, you need to sweet talk Jen. Jen loves compliments. But if you are new here, please do make sure that you like and subscribe to the videos. You know, we do watch-alongs, we do analysis, we do transfer analysis, we do pretty much every night at 7:30. So please make sure that you do like and subscribe to the video. It's a fan channel run by us. All money goes back into the channel, and we appreciate any support that you can give us. Diaz out on the left wing, many players in the way, no one really in the box. So they're trying to play it back round. Oh, Robert Diaz driving in. Oh, good block from Leipzig. Oh, it was Robbo driving in, sorry. Managed to find some space from on the left-hand side. Robbo coming straight into the sort of the byline, tries to cross it back through, but it the defender just got low enough as he tried to play it through his legs. If he'd have got it through his legs, it would have been straight to Firmino, though. Actually just crossed the ball in this time, but went straight to Nkunku. Thiago tries one of his spectaculars, and pretty much imagine Harry Maguire was a centre forward and had a shot 2 yards out. It's pretty much what Thiago did to that ball. Spooned it. Well, yeah. He must have thought he was, you know, after that absolute genius one that he scored last season, Thiago, where he just sort of caught it perfectly and it curled back in. He scored one of the goals of the season. Leipzig continuing to go with this sort of ball from the back. Liverpool pressing the hell out of them. Salah's now got it on the right-hand wing, and they're all out of shape. So we're pinging it around. Naby Keita barking orders, you know, telling the troops where to be. I think Elliott or Carvalho gets in for Naby. Do you know what? I think this type of game at the moment where the midfield three are getting a little bit of the ball, it needs someone to actually drive at the defence. I think an Elliott or a Carvalho would be perfect. Just someone to just pull out a central defender, you know, to come and sort of stop them from driving at the defence. I think that would be perfect. So I expect either probably Elliott. I expect to come on at half time if we're going with a strong lot. That's what I expect to see, because I think I think he's worth the time, isn't he? But yeah, once again, they start playing it out from the back. Liverpool set the trap, pin them in. And it's just, as always, they're trying to play it out. We're setting a trap. There we go. We come flying off. Yeah, we knock it out for throw-in. But Adam, with the best free signing we ever made was James Milner. I'm trying to think of a better one. I would maybe go with Trent Alexander-Arnold. Yes, we signed him when he was 9, but he was free. Liverpool to Diaz. Diaz driving into the box. He's gone too far. Couldn't get a shot free. Now he's got two around as he's doing a few tricks. Flicks it to Trent. Oh, I thought he was about to whip one in. Flicks it over to Salah. Just a little bit too much on it. Kolo Touré. What a player. Oh, I've got a better one. Jurgen Klopp. He was free. He was a cheeky little free signing, wasn't he, Jurgen Klopp? Didn't have to pay any compensation for him. Steven Gerrard was free. There we go, Sylvia. I think James Milner helped professionalise this group of players. You can't get away from that. And I think, I guess development youth players, no one really classes as a free signing because you got first dibs on them, I guess. We just seem to be a bit sloppy with a few of our final passes. We just look to be not being like too clinical, and that's probably tiredness in the legs, training sessions, stuff like that. I don't know when we came over to Leipzig. I don't know if we flew over today or if we came yesterday. But we're not looking overly clean. But as we're coming into half time, I want to know what players you want to see in the second half, what changes you think we should make. Do you want to see Joe Gomez and a Virgil van Dijk backline playing together? Do you think both Matip and should be coming on? Are you wanting to see Carvalho or are you wanting to see Elliott? When do you think you bring Nunez on? This is what type of stuff that I want to get in the chat. Oh, Angelino smacks one, ricochets off somebody, and doesn't quite. Adrian dives, but it doesn't quite hit the target. Yeah, so who are you wanting to see in the second half? Got Anthony, you want to see Darwin and Carvalho. I want to see something going on in midfield. I think our midfield's been a bit chaotic today. Drew with Costas. I'm saying Matip's warming up. You can spot Matip warming up a mile away, can't you? Gangly little thing. Good bit of play there. Thiago's just got a knack of getting away from players, hasn't he? It's like these two steps that just give him a bit of space. Can you hear the chair? My microphone's probably up too high if you can hear the chair. Yeah, the Thiago turn, Anthony. That's exactly it. A little bit of tennis as we start to come towards the end of the half. Firmino fouled there, but it's not really an attacking position. Kanate looking like prime Milan Jovanovic. Oh, Roy Hodgson. You see, we all have dark days in football. Roy Hodgson era. Oh, Kanate with room. Will he unleash it? Oh, he passes it to Naby Keita. Naby Keita flicks it to Salah. Salah back to Trent. Trent looking for Naby. Can't find him, so he crossfields it to Thiago. Out to Robbo. Robbo inside to Diaz. Diaz fronts up his man, flicks it to Firmino. Bad first touch, but gets it to Naby, who flicks it out to Salah. Salah at the edge of the box. To Trent, back to Salah. Oh, Salah was nearly got the angle to flick it in. Some great play there from the thing, and it was all down to that one pass from Naby. Salah really trying to get something going in the last couple of minutes of the half. He really does seem to be sort of adamant. So I don't know if Salah will be coming off. He knows this is his last part of the action. Same with Robbo. Oh, Robbo puts it perfectly down. Thiago, byline, crosses in. Nobody there. Nobody's home. Angelino gets there. Pings it clear. Straight to Canate. Oh, here's Naby again. Here's Naby again. Flicks it to Salah in acres of space. Salah, he's trying to make too much room for himself. Jump with the cross. Oh. Nearly ended up at the back post with Firmino. I think Robbo was stuck between a shot and a cross, and I think he just spooned it into the floor, basically. Yep. Robbo just spoons it. Thiago too slow, Drew. I think he may be slow in pace, but he's quick in brain, isn't he? You know, he's a bright man. And I think that's what we value him for. Coming into like the last 15 seconds. Actually the best we've played. Apart from that touch from Salah. That was atrocious. Now Leipzig sprinting 3. Andre Silva coming on, trying to find Nkunku. Bad back heel from Canate. Oh, Nkunku has a shot and Adrian saves it. That must be a terrible shot. Drew, are you going all in on Thiago here, saying he's not fit enough to be in this Liverpool team? He's got the fitness of a Legends player. Yeah, I know. But even a broken clock is right twice a year. Ooh. Canate just clears it out. Last minute or so, a minute of added time, Leipzig have been attacking us. 45 yards out, they have a shot. Why not? It's Adrian in goal. And, Liverpool on the back foot for that last little bit after we had a good bit of attacking. So, Drew saying here, I will bet my house on him to hit a 50-yard pass on a dime, but I wouldn't bet 10 on him outrunning Adrian. Ooh. The disrespect to Thiago. I can't believe it. So, who did you like in the first half? Let's go through your list. Who did you think had a good first half? Put that in the chat. Who did you think needs to sort of buckle down and come back harder? So your player of the first half and your must improve in the first half. Let's get them in chat to start with. Let's see what people think. Drew, player of the half, Salah. I think he had a good first half, to be fair. He made a bit of good space for us. Anthony, no great surprise. Keita, man of the match. Nunez could come on and bag a hat-trick and Anthony would still be like Keita's man of the match. Must improve Keita. Oof. Need to get you two on a stream together. Must improve Salah. Adrian, I mean, I think it's been a good time since his last clean sheet, hasn't it? So, yeah, Adrian had a good first half. For me, I enjoyed Konate's first half. I think, he dominated Salah so much that they made a change. So that was enjoyable to watch. But he also made a few mistakes. I think he got caught out. He nearly gave Nkunku a goal, didn't he, when he backheeled it to him. Here we've got world's top 10. What's your view on the amount of ball that we lost in midfield? And I've got to be honest, I think the midfield battle was non-existent in that first half. It was just messy, wasn't it? There was a bit of back and forth. Everything was going from attackers to defenders. I think our midfield were passengers in this. And I don't think anyone really got control of the ball. We were good at pressing. Like, we pinned them in their half a few times, but we weren't fluent. We didn't dominate the ball. We didn't feel comfortable at any point. They could counter break on us quite easily. So, yeah, I think my view on midfield was interesting. I think we needed someone to just probably be more vocal. I think maybe that's what that midfield lacks. It just it misses a leader, someone to just control how it all goes. Anthony wants to see, though, you've not been using the Salah emotes, Jen. So, as Anthony created them, he really wants to see them used on a stream. So, if you could oblige, that would be great. So, as we move into the second half, he says, trying to update that. There we go. Get that back to one. Bosh, updated, ready for the second half. Nunez hat-trick incoming. I hope so. I just hope that he gets a goal for himself, really. I think, there's been way too much pressure put on the poor kid. It's been, I think it's been unfair. I haven't actually. Gallagher's penalty. What did he do? Did he Panenka it or something? Let me see if I can find it. Gallagher penalty. Worst penalty ever. Oh, this is going to be exciting. Okay, so everyone's saying it's the worst penalty they've ever seen. He just passed it to him. I could have saved that. Okay, so for any of you that haven't watched it, and I'll just looked it up online as I have just done. Basically, what happens is Conor Gallagher runs up, goes to do what you can describe as a Panenka, but doesn't get any height on it, and just passes it to the goalkeeper like you would pass it to your 3-year-old in the back garden. Just no power, no nothing, just dribbles it along so that they can guarantee to stop the ball. Honestly, if it wasn't pre-season, you'd be looking at it for match fixing. It was an absolute shocking penalty. Do we know that for certain? Is that what they've been saying? I want to see this kid. I want him fit. I want him ready. I want him to attack. I want him to score. Salah pressing, wins the ball. Firmino, unselfish, straight back to him. They're just replaying the goal. Just pass it in the back of the net. Easy, breezy, simple goal. Everything you want to see. Darwinner. See, that's why you're the creative one, Anthony. Darwinner. Still can't believe that penalty. You need to look up, because I can't show it on here. You need to look up the Dele Alli miss. Oh, it wasn't as bad as the one in America, who signed for Ross County recently. I don't know if you've ever seen that one. It was pretty much like 99% over the line, and then he cleared it off, and he was meant to be the attacker scoring it. But Dele Alli's was not far away from that. The ball comes in. He's right in front of the goal, a yard out, and he just spoons it out of play. It was an absolutely outrageous miss. And it was hilarious because, it's Dele Alli, and they lost 4-0. Who doesn't enjoy a bit of Everton humiliation in the morning? But for us, I would say it was a solid first half. I think, as World Top 10 said, the midfield was a bit overlooked. It was a bit back to forward. But Salah's looked strong on the ball. Salah's looked in good nick. Diaz has been pressing really, really well. Really getting into them. And I think in the Premier League, a lot of those decisions wouldn't get overturned. Van Dijk's been pinging the ball around. Kanate up against Nkunku, who is by far going to be a really good player. Has been all right apart from one mistake, but Nkunku shot it near Adrian and he somehow saved it because Adrian's terrible. So all in all, I think we're doing all right. I'd want to see Thiago put more of a stamp on the game, but I don't know if he'll be coming out for the second half. I expect probably Henderson to come out. And Henderson to have a bit of a say on the game and just sort of put a bit of structure into it. But yeah, it's going to be a good second half. And like you all, I just want to see a Nunez goal. I want to see a Carvalho goal, to be honest. I just want to see us get a little bit stronger in our attack. Pin them in a little bit more, pass the ball around the midfield a little bit more, and just sort of build that pressure a little bit. That's what I want to see. As LFC TV go to a commercial break. Look at that. There you go, Anthony. You can't moan now. Look at her. She's used them all. I mean, all I can say is on StreamYard where I'm watching it, it just says ... _ Salah ... _ Salah ... But, let's not worry about that. Let me have a look on her. Right, yeah, I can see them now. You do have to make a Nunez one, Anthony, actually. We need a Nunez one. Sooner rather than later. Quick, smart, young man. Sounds an old thing to say, doesn't it? Quick, smart. But yeah, as I think in the second half, I would like to see a Diaz, Salah, Nunez for half an hour, and then take off Salah and take off Nunez. Then rest them and sort of bring Carvalho and Elliott and some of the other sort of squad players on, so that we just get to we get to have a look at Nunez with his what his probable front three is going to be. I think, like I said, I think with Nunez, because we've not been seeing him on TV, because we've not been seeing him on Liverpool TV, like the training tapes, I think Klopp's up to something. I'm certain he's up to something. So I'm looking forward to see how Nunez starts the season, not necessarily pre-season, because I think pre-season is probably going to be blowing out of his backside as he learns the entire playing and the sort of fitness that you need to be a Liverpool central forward. But, question for chat, how many goals do you anticipate Nunez to score next year? What would you call a good season good first season in terms of goals for Nunez? You know, what are you expecting from him? Because he's 30, 20, 10, any, you know, just to score a goal, is that good enough? You know, what do you want from Nunez this year? Or does it not matter? You know, it's about team success. It's not about how many he scores, but you know, at the same time, it's good to have a target, isn't it? Anthony, 25 plus all competitions. Anyone lower than 25 plus? Well, with Naby in the team, we can't help but win trophies, can we, Anthony? Great first season to be 15 plus goals and 10 assists. Yeah, we're bringing assists into this now, which isn't a bad thing. I think, you know, Liverpool think assists are just as important as goals. A selfless player is an important player. So, yeah, okay, so 15 goals, 10 assists, 25 goals, all comps. What is a good first season for Nunez? That's kind of what we're asking you, chat. Just put in the chat, you know, what do you think a good first season for Nunez would be? What would you look back at and go, do you know what? He's had a good first year. I think I'm happy with that because let's face it, fans of the opposition are going to want to put together any miss that he makes and make this compilation and stuff like that because it's what gets them out of bed in the morning. It's what makes them feel alive. You know, being able to finally say, oh, this team's no good, look at this player, blah, 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 just makes them excited. But the truth of the matter is, they've still got a lot of catching up to do to catch up to Liverpool. We don't say that word in this place, Adam. We don't say that word. The AC word never happened. What we did is we paid an extra 35 million for Luis Suarez, and we were all happy with that. That play, no, didn't happen. It was 28 plus 35 for Luis Suarez, which was still a bargain. Oof, good news. Adrian comes out for the second half. I know you were all worried. I actually wanted to see the youth goalkeeper. I think he was a really good keeper. Leipzig are playing their youth goalkeeper. Long shots galore. Interesting, like Olmo still plays for RB Leipzig. I really thought he was going to go to a bigger club. But I think he's close to 30 now, so it doesn't look like he'll be leaving Leipzig anytime soon, you know, to go up. But sometimes players are just happy, you know, where they're based and stuff like that. So looking at who's coming on, Kostas, the Scouse Greek, Matip, and Darwin himself. Number 27. The beast from South America. Oh, that doesn't really work, does it? Is he South? Yeah, he's from Uruguay. Just had a moment of doubting myself then, going, is he from South America? Cute there in the chat. Great first season for us to win the league in front of the fans. Diaz, Salah, Nunez will be the key goals they need. This is the one. This is what I wanted to see. Henderson's on as well. Didn't see him, but I think the midfield needed Henderson in the first half. To be honest, I think they missed something without him. And we're off. Bosh. Van Dijk straight up to Nunez, who wins the first header, nearly flicks it perfectly through to Salah. No, he didn't, but still. So we'll back off in the second half. Liverpool again on the front foot in terms of the press, really trying to pen in Leipzig, give them no space to counter-attack, and they're trying their best to sort of find Nkunku, find space for Nkunku, but they're really struggling. Now we've got Henderson just linking the ball through. He's actually giving passing lanes to Thiago. Salah, Trent whipping it to Diaz. Should have let that go to Costas, but Fabinho finds Costas. Just got to get himself back in the game. Don Van Dijk. Things we need to understand is the style we play is very demanding and exhausting. Guy has just started training in our system. It will take some time. Don Van Dijk, that is exactly what we've been saying here. You know, we shouldn't expect crazy things to happen. It took Thiago a while to fit in, took Robertson time. You know, Diaz is a freak of nature. But that's what tricky players are. You know, people who run at players, people who go past players, they are freaks in the sense of their, you know, and he so much so. Whereas strikers, it is about positioning. It is about knowing where to receive the pass. It is about interlinking and being part of that team. Oh, Henderson, 1-2 with Salah driving through. Oh, Henderson tries a nutmeg. I can't believe I've just seen that. Henderson just tried to, I mean, it didn't work, but Henderson just tried to mega defender and drive through towards the edge of the box. And you could see the throwing coach there working. Henderson picked up the ball to do the throw-in, decided, no, I can't do that. Oh, that's a penalty. That has to be a penalty. Yep, penalty to Liverpool. Absolute stonewaller. Throwing coach work here perfectly. You think Trent lobs it over. Liverpool win the ball. So Trent lobs it all the way over to Hendo. Hendo flicks it onto Diaz. Diaz gets the touch. Their first keeper comes out. Bosh. Bang. Penalty. Give it to Darwin. Give it to Darwin. Oh, they haven't all. They've given it to Nunez. Nunez is taking the penalty. He's placed the ball confidently down. I mean, he is a penalty taker, so he should feel all right. He's coming in left-hand side. Slow run up. Bosh. Keeper got his hands to it. Too much power. Nunez has his first goal for Liverpool. We are 2-0 up. Oh, it's there. It's there. Monkey's off his back. He's got it in the back of the net. Bosh. It's done. There we go. That's why Salah got paid the money that Diaz didn't, that Mane didn't, because there is times where Salah is a real team player. And that was one of the moments. He should have, keeper should, I'm watching it now, keep weak wrists from the keeper there. Should have done better, but he's done it. He's got a strike on it. It was a clean strike, to be fair. It had a lot of power on it. You can see on his face how much it meant to him to just get it injured. But it wasn't a happy. This is the thing what I think he needed. He wasn't happy to score the goal. It was that sort of clenched, like a monkey's off his back type of thing, like screw you type of thing. So I think it's a massive for him. Oh, and look at that. Pressing straight away. I don't think there was anything wrong with that. Pressing straight away, won the ball for me, and was coming through. Sometimes a player just needs a goal. Sometimes it's exactly what's needed. He's got his goal. You could see the sort of on his face that he got it. Oh, I tell you what, Adam, and I mean, this will be a final call from Jen. You want to be a mod. If Nunez gets a hat-trick, mod status. I mean, that'll be up to Jen, but that seems like a fair trade. If you call that right. I mean, if it's 3 pence. Oh, there we go. Nunez finally opens his account for Liverpool. Penalty. Just driven, not in the corner perfectly, but just driven with enough power that the keeper couldn't keep it out. Keeper would be disappointed. Nunez will be disappointed at the quality of the strike, but I think he's more relieved now. He's more relieved he's driven it in For anyone that's not seen it, the way that the penalty happened, throwing coach worth every penny here. Trent throws it to Hendo. Hendo flicks it in with a header. Diaz gets to the ball first, flicks it past the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper clatters Diaz. Penalty at Liverpool. Absolute brilliant. Now Liverpool suddenly with confidence. Darwin's through. He's through, clean through. Has a strike. Oh, he's got two. Nunez has got two. Ooh, you see, that was a good strike. See what I mean? Now the monkey's off his back. He just feels like he can strike the ball better. That was a clean strike. Bash right into the corner. Liverpool again with some really good counter pressing to really sort of get themselves some space. Trent driving through with the ball, I think. So Henderson involved. Trent, just little flick pass, a bit like Firmino in the first half. Darwin comes towards the edge of the 6-yard box, driven the opposite corner. Not a chance the keeper saving that. Side netting. You always know a striker's doing better when he just hits the side netting. Defender nowhere near, keeper nowhere near. Oh, can't wait to see what Twitter's going to be like now. But I'll say this, Anthony, and you're not going to like it. Difference Henderson's made since he's come on to that midfield compared to Keita is he's been making runs, he's been creating space, he's been getting involved, he's been pressing correctly, and Liverpool have been finding space and actually getting control of the game. So, interestingly, Henderson on that right-hand side has been the architect of a lot of this stuff. So, really, it's showing that Henderson deserves his place. As much as most people are, he's bang average and stuff like that. He's been running, he's been creating gaps, he's been creating space, he's been doing things to make it happen. These are tactical changes, not Henderson. So it wasn't Henderson that pressed and won the tackle. It wasn't Henderson's header that won the penalty. It was just tactical changes. I'm sorry, Keita's 5'1". There is not a chance he could win that header. You've got to give him credit where it's due. I think it was Henderson that won the tackle, wasn't it? I mean, I'm watching the game live now, so I'll wait till the show it back again, but I'm pretty sure it was Henderson. Nunez, just nearly at the edge of the box, won the ball again. Anthony can score the winner in the UCL final and get no credit from me. Thiago now, oddly, just seems more confident on the ball, creating space. Diaz driving at the heart of the defence. Nunez, it clips his back heel as he was trying to get through. Salah tried to do a 1-2 with Diaz to get him through. There we go. Nunez is about to complete his first 90 minutes in 15 minutes for Liverpool. And in his first 90 minutes for Liverpool, he'll have scored 2 goals. Yeah, everyone will tell you he's rubbish. There we go, Adam. Yeah, 2 goals in 70 minutes. Watch the tone of it all change now. Well, it's pre-season, Liverpool fans. Calm down. Why are you getting all excited about it and stuff like that? Where I think best part of 100,000 videos have been made about how rubbish Nunez is with a couple of misses. So now we can turn around and tell them to do one. They'll be like, but it's pre-season. It's pre-season. It doesn't count. Because, that's what opposition fans are like. They're trying to find anything to push Liverpool down because they just don't like us being up there again. Liverpool seem to be finding more space now. The ball seems to be pinging around on the ground, crisper. Nunez in the left back. Just behind Costas. Costas had been clean to drive at the defence then. Gary, he's got 2. He's got 2, Gary. He's got a pen, which wasn't a great pen, but after he got that, his actual goal in open play, it was brilliant. It was, Trent just with a little back flip, Henderson won the tackle, gave it to Trent. Trent, little outside of his foot, little flick just into Nunez's path. Nunez takes it to the edge of the 6-yard box on the right-hand side, drives it into the left corner. Doesn't touch the back of the net, only side netting. That is a striker. That is Robbie Fowler-esque. Bosh, 3-0 Liverpool on the night, 2 for Nunez. Adam called it. He called a Nunez hat-trick, and it's looking on. Henderson and Thiago do look to be doing quite well together in midfield. They look to be getting the ball moving at a good pace, and this is part of the problem in midfield. It was all scrappy. It was all at a slow pace and everything like that. Now, there's a bit of play in midfield. There's a bit of pace going on. Oh, Gary, I say 2. Yes, I say 2. It's turning into a good second half. Fab doing a 1-2 with Thiago to drive at the defence. Tried to flick it through to Diaz. Diaz got there first. Just poked it too close to the goalkeeper. Diaz pressing like an absolute machine. If you're watching this game, the way Diaz is pressing, it's not half pace. It's not waiting to see a trap. Pretty much, he's just sprinting at people at full pace and just clattering into them, hoping he wins the ball. It is absolute pressing machineness. And it's brilliant to watch. It's a little raw. It's a little bit like when Mane first came in. It was all raw power and pace. But with Diaz, there's a little bit of trickery there and stuff like that. But there's something really enjoyable when Diaz nearly gets it again inside left channel. There's something really enjoyable when you see Diaz on the left-hand side just driving into the middle of defence, like when he's just running at full pace with the ball at the 2 centre-backs. I can't think of anything worse for a centre-back to see a dribbler running at pace, knowing on the right-hand side will be Salah. So if you don't cleanly beat Nunez and he gets the ball offloaded, he's going to pass it to Salah. And now, Darwin Nunez, within his first 90 minutes, will have scored 2 goals, is the next option and the next problem that you've got. Not to mention that Liverpool's, right back and left back are 2 of the biggest assist leaders in world football. This is looking good. This is looking quite tasty. Nkunku's coming off. My scouting mission of him is he is Liverpool quality. He is not starting 11 quality. There is nothing that I've seen in Nkunku that makes me think he could be better than Diaz. He's obviously not going to be better than Salah. And there's nothing that makes me think he could replace Nunez. He'd be a good rotational option. I think he's probably, he'd be fighting out with Jota. But there's nothing. Yeah, I think he's good secondary rotation type player. Nkunku, if Liverpool were to go for him, which makes me think we're not going to spend 51 million on a backup, to be honest. Nobody in this channel, my friend. Nobody in this channel. But if you just type in Darwin Nunez into TikTok, YouTube, anything, you will find all the other fan accounts of all the other clubs talking about how rubbish Nunez is. Now, Nunez is on track to complete his first 90 minutes of football for Liverpool, and he scored 2. And he looks well on track to get his 3rd. So, in a 90-minute ratio, and his 90-minute ratio is 2 to 1 game, that is world-leading level. Not that I think he's a world-leading level yet. He's got a few things to work on, but been very impressive. I mean, I will say, and being completely transparent about it, his pen was ropey at best. He struck it well, but it wasn't It was a player that needed the goal. You could see it all over his face, Nunez, when he actually got it in the back of the net. You could see the release of sort of pressure. It wasn't a relief. It wasn't like, oh, it was a pressure release. So now he's got that. Then straight away the second goal came in, and he just seemed calmer about the whole thing, the whole process, the whole transaction of scoring just felt more natural. He looked like the Nunez that Liverpool faced. He just got in a position and just put the ball in the back of the net. So, yeah, the couple of more changes from Liverpool now. I think Salah's off. Salah's done his job. He's got Darwin on the score sheet. Henderson driving now at centre of defence. There's Nunez. It's 3-on-2 with Nunez and Carvalho. Chips it to Carvalho. Carvalho with the header. Oh! Nunez gets there first. Plays it back to Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones has been a good few changes. To Carvalho. Carvalho back out. Back to Curtis Jones. To Costas. No one's in the 6-yard box. Elliott with his header. The only Liverpool player near the 6-yard box was Harvey Elliott. Mini Harvey Elliott. And he got to the header first. He put it just the wrong side of the post. So Liverpool have really rung the changes. They brought on Davis, the goalkeeper. I really like him as a goalkeeper. I prefer him over Adrian, to be honest. But yeah, Leipzig look to be panicking a little bit now. Liverpool look to be confident. Chasing lost causes now, Nunez. So just to recap, sort of the front three for Liverpool now is Carvalho on the left, Nunez at central striker, and Harvey Elliott on the right wing. Your midfield is Henderson, Jones, and I think I saw Leighton Clarkson, but I'm not 100% sure. We've got Joe Gomez that's come on. We've got Davis that's come on. I don't know if I've seen new right back come on. Joel Matip came on at halftime. Costas came on at halftime. So we've had a few. We've had pretty much a new team come on. But we did what we needed to do. At the start of the second half, we made a couple of the changes that I think I've seen Milner come on actually. So it may be. I wonder if it's Ramsey that's come on at right back. 43. I don't know who 43 is. Someone can look up who number 43 is in the Liverpool squad. That'd help. Liverpool just playing it around, confident. See, this is the second team now. I mean, technically, you're looking at a second team where technically it's Kelleher. So let's just go with that. Milner's playing at right back. It might be. It might be Leighton Clarkson then in midfield. Or Tyler Morton, but I think it's Clarkson. And if it is that, it's a sublime ball to Carvalho. He's just running at the defenders now at full pace, puts it out to Costas. Costas whips it in. There was 3 in the 6-yard box. And this is what I mean. The second team now is young, exciting, some of the most exciting young players in world football. We look to be confident, pinging it around. Obviously, James Milner's there with Henderson, so you've got control, you've got experience, you've got people barking orders. I'm liking this. One of the things, Cade Gordon? No, it's not. No, Elliott's playing right wing. Henderson, 6-yard box, whips it in towards Joel Matip. Harvey Elliott with a great ball out to Milner. Milner whips it in. Oh, it was coming towards Darwin Nunez. He went to do a reverse flick into the back of the net. RB Leipzig player gets there first. Bang, straight out for a corner. Liverpool cranking the pressure. Darwin Nunez looks a different player now that he's got a couple of goals. He just looks more confident in doing things. Like putting himself in situations. Edge of the box to Curtis Jones. Spins it all the way back out to Milner. Milner crosses it in again towards Matip. Henderson. Joe Gomez. Joe Gomez strikes one from about 25 yards. It was about 5 yards over, but it had good pace on it. Joe Gomez, that has never scored for Liverpool. I mean, as he hit across it, and it just started going up and up and up. It was rising all the way over. But yeah, what I was saying before is that the ball went to Carvalho, and the first thing he did is he didn't try and link in play or anything like that. He just ran straight at the right back for RB Leipzig. No messing, just straight at him. He was like, whichever way you go, I will go the opposite. And then Costas came on his outside and he just flicked the ball to Costas. Players that are confident to just drive at defenders, that's what we need. Jude for next season. Want to see Ramsey? Yeah, I want to see Ramsey, to be fair. Flicked it Harvey Elliott at full force, running. I think it's 4-on-4. Darwin Nunez runs down the channel. Him versus centre-back. He tries a trick. Centre-back doesn't fall for it. Knocks it out. You can just see it all over his face. The pressure's gone now. He's like, yeah, all right then. I'm just going to get myself some opportunities to score goals. Curtis Jones, I think it's a big season for him coming up. I think he's got to cement something down this season. Nunez, edge of the box. Oh, it was bad first control. But, he keeps the ball in rotation. I think a really good touch. He might have got himself a strike on goal then. Henderson to Nunez. Oh, keeper gets there first. Henderson with a little bit too much on the pass. I'm waiting for Anthony to go well. Cater wouldn't have done that. Oh, great pressing. If that's Leighton Clarkson, that is cracking pressing. Through to Elliott. Elliott. Oh, he saved a hat-trick. It's a hat-trick. Jen, make him a mod. He has religiously called this. Adam Doherty, before we even kicked off anything, was like, Nunez hat-trick. And lo and behold, this one, completely different type of goal. This is a poacher's goal. Absolute poacher's goal. Elliott drives in, flicks it across, left foot, just guides it in, just pokes it in the back of the net. That's exactly what you want your striker to do, to just get the right touch on it. And once again, the ball doesn't touch the back of the net. Side netting. It is the exact... Oh, it's Bjajovic. I don't even know who that is. Number 43. I'm going to have to look that up. Bjajovic. You see, this is where, if Helior wasn't drunk, he'd be telling me his entire life story of this Bjajovic, because his pressing was unreal. Stefan Bjajovic. Born 2004. He's from Spain. It says he's a defender, but he's playing in central midfield. I've never seen him before, but his pressing won the ball, put Harvey Elliott through, and bang, Nunez, hat-trick. You can just imagine it, can't you? Let me paint you a picture with my imagination brush. Man United fans, they're there going, oh, he's got one. Oh, I'm going to have to burn all this content. He's got two. Oh, they're not going to shut up about it now. Oh, Liverpool fans are going to be, especially after what I put. Oh, no, he's got a third. that means 3 goals in 90 minutes. Oh, how am I going to live with this? This is going to be horrendous. But at least we've got, Martial back, who's been rubbish for us for the last 10 years. But, under Ten Hag, he's going to be amazing. We have a player that we have only seen 60 minutes of. We haven't seen any training film of him. Liverpool have kept that all away from us. And suddenly, the game comes up. He looked a bit under pressure in his own head. And bang, 3 goals. Well, I will take a striker that manages to get 3 goals every 90 minutes. If that's what we've got to suffer through as Liverpool fans, a player that scores 3 goals every 90 minutes, I guess I'll just have to cope. I mean, what are we going to do? But yeah, there's all these other club fan accounts that are just hating every second of this now. And the first thing that will come out of their mouth is, oh, it's just pre-season. Yeah, well, when we said that, and we said it doesn't matter, because it's just pre-season, you're all like, yeah, but he missed. Yeah, but this. Yeah, but that. Yeah, but this. Well, now he's banged in a hat-trick. So he's up to speed. He's ready for the Premier League. Are you ready to deal with him? And this will be the big question. Harvey Elliott, with great control at centre circle, flicks it straight out to Carvalho. I can see something between these two. Flicks it out to Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones tries to put it across the 6-yard box, straight to Darwin Nunez. Now, I don't know if any of you watch Inside Training, on the LFCTR Go, where Liverpool are doing all the training and everything like that. And it's just some free content, isn't it? It's just some content to watch. But if you watch the training regimes that Liverpool are doing, they do quite a lot of at the moment in training, get to the byline, put it across the 6-yard box, get to the byline, put it across the 6-yard box. And I guess that's kind of a clue as to what they've been doing. Costas with a cross. It's a good cross. Darwin got out-muscled for the clearance. They tried pressing all the way back. Davis just chips it to Harvey Elliott. Oh, Liverpool is just playing out from the back brilliantly. There's confidence in this team at the moment. Well, I think we're starting to see the beginnings of the phase 2 of Klopp for me. You're starting to see the embers of what will be the new Liverpool post the original front three. And it's looking like it's going to be Nunez, Diaz, and Harvey Elliott are going to be your future front three. Maybe Carvalho, because that's how it's coming through. Yes, midfield, we need some signings for the future. Your central mid defence, you're looking Canate and Gomez. Right back, Trent's 23. Robbo's 28. Costas is 27. So they'll be all right for a while yet. So I think the next phase of evolution is going to be in midfield. That's where the money's going to go next, isn't it? Because unless Curtis Jones, Carvalho can really sort of step up and come through, Tyler Morton. But you can see phase 2. I always say that's a risk with a manager, isn't it? You build one great team, but can you build a second great team? Well, Klopp looks to be well under the works of building his second great team, because if Nunez and Diaz carry on like this, it's going to be a scary future. Nunez pressing the goalkeeper, panicked, managed to just about get it away. And things are looking rosy in the garden of Liverpool. The our chat's gone a bit crazy. No, I guess if any of you are in general football chats, what have your mates been saying? They might not all be Liverpool fans. Ours is, yeah, brilliant. Nunez is here. I don't have access to it, Jen, but I will get the team to do it. Don't you worry, Adam. You will be. I will make sure it happens. But I don't have access to that. I've got access to StreamYard, and that's about it. But I'll get someone in the team to sort it. Don't you worry, Adam. You called this correctly. You deserve mod status. But yeah, so what are people saying in your chats and things like that about this Nunez revolution? Drew, 3 dots. Are you happy with this? Are you not entertained? I mean, this is just, Everton, Minnesota all over again. Except, we're Minnesota and they're Everton. However, I think Leipzig haven't been that bad. I think they've been trying to play it out from the back too much and just leaning into our press, giving us the opportunity to really sort of put them under pressure. I think they're not good enough to play out from the back for me. I don't think I've even got mod status, Drew. Sansui Bar coming on now for Marcel Halsenberg for Leipzig. So Leipzig pretty much have a complete new team out there now. We're in the final 13 minutes. So we're in dream scenario now. So what is your dream scenario to close this out? Goal for Carvalho, goal for Elliott, goal for Joe Gomez. Screw it. What? Let's get it in the chat. What's your dream closeout for the game? Or do you just want another hat trick? Do you want a double hat trick for Darwin? So yeah, dream scenario closeout time. Someone's got to tell me if that's true. Adam wants a Temiskas top corner banger. I think I'd quite like to see Harvey Elliott get a goal. I think it'll take the pressure he's putting on himself. But yeah, what's your dream closeout to the game? I'm assuming clean sheet. We don't need to say that. Clean sheet? Clean sheet. How now, brown cow? I'm assuming clean sheet. But how do we want to close this thing out? What do you want to see? A classic Matip walk. Yeah, I'd like that. I can just hear the cop singing Starwin Nunez. I'd like to see a Carvalho goal, actually, as well. Or a Carvalho assist, even. I don't mind which. In fact, a Carvalho to Elliott combo. I don't care which way round it goes, but I'll take that. Gary just wants more bloody goals. Which sounds great in the Yorkshire accent, doesn't it? More bloody goals. Lingard to Forest is true. Oh, my God. I thought Forest had done some smart business until that. I really did. Oh, I think that's a shocking signing for them. I think that, again, it's just putting... Oh... Jesse Lingard signs for Nottingham Forest and breaks club record in a blow to West Ham. Wow. I'm pushing out leading towards. I'm flabbergasted by that, to be honest. I feel sorry for Nico Williams now. Jesus. That's like 3 times Ben Davies' salary, which if anyone's been on any streams know that I've had objections with Ben Davies' 60 grand a week at Liverpool. But wow. 200 grand a week. I guess no transfer fee, everything that goes with that. You can probably pay someone a little bit more, but wow. I don't think he's worth that. Carvalho driving at the defence once more. Oh, he tries to... Again, he was undecided. It was like Carvalho was undecided then. He was like, do I take a shot and be selfish? Or do I cross it? And it's like when people are making that decision, ends up being neither. And it just goes out of play. But again, he's just driving at the defender going, yeah, well, you lead me which way and I'll go that way. It looks like he's comfortable on both feet. It's good to see. It's good to see. Milner and Elliott, 1-2 in. Milner whipping the cross in straight to Darwin Nunez. Header. Oh, what a save. Oh, he's a threat in the air, this guy. Is there anything Darwin Nunez can't do? He was going for the perfect hat trick. Or the perfect quad trick. Crosses in. Clean header. Keeper gets a good pair of hands on it. Wasn't perfectly in the corner, but it doesn't add power to it. It kind of takes power out of it, but I mean, it's a good save. It's a good height for the keeper. But yeah, is that the perfect 4-goal banger? A left foot, a right foot, a penalty, and a header. Good evening, God. Yeah. Well, once Fabrizio Romano says something, it's normally true. So everyone goes back to hoping that the Ox goes to West Ham. Costas with the corner, whips it in brilliantly. Curtis Jones outside the area. Oh, he struck that well. It just hit a Leipzig player. 200 grand a week. For Jesse Lingard. I mean, it's only a year, but... Do you think he's done a year as well, just because that way you can get another signing on fee next year as well? Unless there's a year extension if they stay up or something. Oh, Elliott brilliantly turns to defenders, driving at the heart of defence, flicks it through to Carvalho. Will he get there? No! Keeper just gets there first. RB Elliott with some great feet to just sort of give himself the opportunity to drive at the heart of the, drive straight towards goal from the right-hand side. Flicks it through to Carvalho, just a little bit too much on it. The keeper gets there just before Carvalho, before he can poke it in. And Liverpool, once again, with their pressing, are attacking RB Leipzig again. The pressing Liverpool have been doing has been unreal against a pressing team in Leipzig. Darwin Nunez clean through. Oh, he just couldn't get it under control. It came in a little bit hard. Left foot. Bounced off his left foot a little bit too much. Gave the defender an opportunity. The defender got it clear. If he'd have got that under control, he'd have been on the penalty spot, picking which side of the goal he wanted to put it in. But Gorgie came at a good time. Darwin Nunez, hat-trick already in the bag. Things are looking rosy in the garden. I've said this before, Adamant, with regards to the Ox. After the first injury that he had, the first serious one, because he was in Liverpool starting the lineup in the run into the Champions League. But when he injured himself in the semi-final, Matip to the head first, Carvalho, edge of the box, trip over, great defending from the Leipzig player, a lot of power. Carvalho comes straight back at him. Curtis Jones now, back to Carvalho. Flicks it through. Oh, the defender's angry. Made him look stupid once or twice. Curtis Jones with some good feet. Ref just lets them play on. They can come on the counter-attack. And Costas just rugby tackles him down. But going back to your point, Adam, with regards to the Ox, for me, the Ox was the prime of his powers before his first major injury. It was a Liverpool starting 11. He was driving at midfield. And I think after that first injury, he lost a yard of pace. Not enough for him to be out of the Liverpool squad completely, but I think he lost a yard. Then he came back and he got a second major injury. And after that second major injury, he's just been too far off the pace to deal with a club. And this is nothing against the Ox, but to play at a level where a club is fighting for all major honours, which is what Liverpool are. So it's just he's not good enough for us anymore. It's not that he's a bad player, but, you know, everyone talks about the 1%. If Ox has lost 2%, he's lost what made him good enough to get in the Liverpool starting 11. And that's pretty much what's happened for me. So, yeah, it's a shame. He had the potential to have everything, but injuries affect careers. And that's why we were always so lucky with Sadio Mane. That's why Keita's always been a bit hit and miss, because injuries shape careers. Who knows? We'll come up with something. They will definitely come up with something. But here we are. Last 5 minutes. We're going for man of the match. You've got 5 minutes now. We're going to start talking about man of the match. Is it Naby Keita, as Anthony would tell you? Oh, what pressing from Henderson. Elliott can't get there in time. There's been some good pressing in this second half. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about man of the match. Henderson changed the game when he came on. It just gave Liverpool a platform to build from. He literally changed the game for us. Obviously, Starwin Nunez bagged a hat-trick. Absolute brilliant play from him. In the first half, I think Salah was strong, Konate was strong, gave us a strong platform. Van Dijk was pinging the ball around. But who are we going for man of the match? I pretty much know where it's going. Drew's gone straight with Darwin. Adam, Nunez hat-trick called it. Yes, you did. I'll say that you called it before we even kicked off. Where else are we going? Please, if you're new to the channel as well, like and subscribe. We appreciate any support that you can give us. It's one click for you, and it makes a world of difference to us. You know, we're trying to grow the channel as best we can and do things like watch-alongs and do videos every day. So your subscription helps us a lot. So please, if you can like and subscribe to the video, it would mean a lot. And it's one click for you. It's a giant leap for LFC Transfer Room kind. But yeah, man of the match time, I think, in the last couple of minutes. 2 more minutes. We've got 2 in for Darwin. Got Jen going through all the cards that she's got in her repertoire. Oh, Carvalho with a brilliant little header over the central midfielder. He's going to flick it to Nunez. Is that number 4? Oh, it is. It's number 4. Right. Nunez scored the 4th. Absolutely. And it was a brilliant strike. And again, it was just... But watch how Carvalho just heads the ball over their defender and then just blitzes past. Absolute record pace. This goal is all about Carvalho. It's all about Carvalho. And really annoyingly, the replay doesn't show that. It just shows Carvalho running the defence. But Carvalho heads the ball over the defender, runs past the defender, then drives straight at the defence. Something he's been doing all of the game. Just like, I don't care, I will sprint at you. Nunez pulls away, gets some space, and then just strikes the ball as hard as he can at the goal. This one doesn't go straight to the corner like some of the others. but the keeper can't keep it out because it's got too much pace on it. But this goal is all about Carvalho. This is everything that Carvalho brings to the team. 90 minutes, game done. Let me change this. 5-0. 4 goals for Carvalho. I'll tell you what, Adam, you didn't call that, did you? Didn't call the 4. Remove mod status. Remove it. Get it off. You didn't get it right. I tell you, so we've got a striker that everyone has just wanted to say isn't good enough, is the next Andy Carroll, can't score, can't do this, can't do that. Wow, 4 goals. 4 goals. Drew, lovely to have you on, mate. Have a good day, bud. 4 goals. Absolutely bossed it. The guy's not even, I think this will be 45 plus 60. Wow, he's just over a game of football and he's got 4 goals for us. Tell you what, puts a little bit of pressure on one Alf Inge Haaland's son, doesn't it? It is first game for Man City, if they want to go head to head. But that Carvalho, if you watch any goal, watch that last goal. It's not the greatest finish from Nunez, I will give you that. But watch how Carvalho just creates that goal. Watch how he just makes the space. Watch how he just drives at the defence and guarantees Darwin Nunez a really clean shot at goal. It's unbelievable play, and he's done it incredibly well. Jen, I don't have the power to do it, but I will put a text straight into the group afterwards. I'll make sure that Adam's a mod. Put it that way. Next time I'm on stream with more than one of me, I've got someone like people that can do it. We're talking Charlie, we're talking Jack, someone talking Louis. We're not talking me. But Adam, I will make sure it happens. I will make sure that you are. All you've got to say is, I called Nunez, and I will make sure that it happens if it's not happened now. But I will get it sorted for you. I'll put a message in chat. If they see you on chat, they will make sure it happens as well. Wow, that's been 2 hours, 2 minutes, 4 goals. So that's what, a goal every 30 minutes on this stream for that? I'm telling you now, this Carvalho, Nunez, Diaz partnership on the left is going to rip teams apart, and they're going to overload on there, and Salah's just going to be stood there to just bang in easy goals, easy as you like. Jen's on every night anyway as well, Adam, so Jen will not let this drop. We promised you mod status. We will make it happen. As much as I can't do it, as much as Jen can't do it, we know people that can. The build-up play between those two together just looks scary. It looks, you've got Diaz and Carvalho that will just sprint at you at full pace without any remorse for your career. They will end it. They will just run at you. They will do things. Oh, it was an exceptional watch-along. Thank you for everyone that joined. Liverpool 5. RB Leipzig 0. The first team that we have played that are Champions League quality, and we put 5 past them. And the first time that we actually pressed, the first time that we actually put the team under real pressure, and we really sort of set traps and did things, and we put 5 past them. Now, someone pick up the phone to Jude, will you, and say, do you fancy being part of this? Because it could make a massive difference. James Dean, this is LFC Transfer Room. Make sure that you leave a like and subscribe on the video, and I will catch you on the next one.